Hi, folks. It's the man behind the curtain. It's Sunday, April 5th, 2020, and it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I thought it might be time for me to share some of my thoughts with you about what we are all going through collectively as Americans, certainly as Floridians, and we're all going through as members of the Hibiscus family. What I'm going to do in this video is basically free associate. Okay, and that means I'm going to say pretty much anything that comes to mind. And I hope that it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, maybe you can discard the thoughts that you don't think make sense and maybe pay attention to the ones that do make sense. But anyway, I know that this is a time of tremendous uncertainty. I share that uncertainty with you. I know people think the CEO should have all the answers, but I'm telling you, I don't have all the answers. I am 64 years old. I have never seen anything like this in my lifetime, and I've seen a lot in my lifetime. I've seen the Cuban Missile Crisis. I've seen the assassination of a president. I've seen the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King. I was in high school during Watergate. I've seen 9/11 and now COVID-19. So you think I'd be pretty well prepared for something like this, but I'm not. I'm just like you. I'm uncertain. Some days I'm frightened. Some days I'm absolutely scared. So there's nothing wrong with that. Those are thoughts that we all have, and they're perfectly normal thoughts. But there's a few things I want to say to you, though. One is I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I sincerely mean this. Thank you for those essential staff. I'm basically a non-essential staff, right? You guessed that, right? Pretty non-essential. You essential staff who are getting up and going to work every day and taking care of children that we are legally and morally obligated to take care of. And I know you know that. And you get up every day and you do it. You make your shift, you stay on your shift, you take care of the kids, you go home, you get up and you go do it the next day. And I want you to know I appreciate that. You behavioral health techs, house parents, relief house parents, I'm going to forget to name people, but I apologize for that. But you know who you are. And I want you to know how much we appreciate it. This is a level of uncertainty, but there are some things we can do, and I know you're doing them. When you're working, it's going to be difficult for BHTs or other folks to stay 6 feet apart. I get that from the children. You have to take care of the children. But when we're out, I urge you to practice social distancing. It works. It will work. It will flatten the curve. Pretty much that's the only thing that we've got going for us right now. Wash your hands 25 times a day if you have to, okay? Don't go out unless you have to. Sure, go to the grocery store, go to a medical appointment, but try to stay home. Listen, that's hard for me. I have a little bit of attention deficit disorder, and staying home, staying in the house, watching TV or whatever, it's really almost impossible for me to do, but I try to do it. Until last week, I went to the village and the shelter on a fairly regular basis. I'm worried, you may not see me for a while because I'm worried that I have some of the symptoms of the virus. I won't go into that now. I'm not deathly sick, but I worry that I have some of the symptoms, and I don't want to chance giving it to one of you, the employees, or one of the kids. So I'm going to stay away for a while. Not long, because I just won't be able to. I trust you. I know you're doing the right thing. In the almost 2 years I've been with this organization, I've seen people do the right thing every day. And believe me, it's very much appreciated by me, all the folks in leadership, and by the Board of Trustees. Let me talk a little bit. Again, this is free association, so things are popping into my mind. Let me talk a little bit about the Hibiscus budget, because I'm sure that there are a lot of people that have lost their jobs in this. A lot of people are having difficulty paying their rent, paying their utilities, even buying food. We're lucky that we've not had to lay anybody off with Hibiscus. Our cash situation is pretty darn good right now. But I don't think that will last. Now, I don't want to scare you, okay? I don't foresee any layoffs. I don't foresee Hibiscus closing down at all. But I think things will get tighter, because one of the revenue sources we depend on is donations from our donors, our generous donors. And with the stock market uncertainty the way it is, I don't think we're probably going to get the donations that we typically get until the stock market comes back and people feel secure that things are back to being normal. So we're going to suffer a little bit financially, I think. But that doesn't mean that we can't make it. We can make it. Together we can make it. But that means that we all have to do our part. You know, everybody has to do their job while we're going through this, whatever you call this. I don't know what you would call it. It's a pandemic, I know that, but there's got to be a different word, a better word, a more creative, or it's a different word for what's going on, because it's something we've never seen before. But I don't want to say something like we'll be okay, because I don't know that. I'm not sure about that. I think we'll be fine. I think things will work out. I think we'll figure it out. Americans always figure it out, and we are part of a global community that's trying to figure it out. So Americans, I think, will always figure it out. I'm kind of a history buff, and there was a fellow by the name of Winston Churchill, who was Prime Minister of England in World War II. He became very famous because he resisted Germany and the Nazi attack on England. And Winston Churchill once said, "Americans always do the right thing, but only after they've exhausted all other possibilities." I thought that was good, and I've never forgotten that, but I think he's right. Americans will figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let me end by thanking you for what you do every day. And by the way, I want to hear from you. I would love to know if there are other things that we can do to keep you safe that we're not doing. We'll try to do. You know, again, the CEO leadership, we're supposed to know everything. We don't. Really, we don't. We may know some things, but we're as much in the dark about this sometimes as you are. But we're trying. We want to make the organization better. We want to help you. So you can email me. You all have my email address. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to get an email from you. I would love to get a call from you. My cell number is 740-649-3734. 740-649-3734. Call me sometime. I sincerely mean that. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how things are going at the shelter or the village or with mental health or BHA services. Send me a text. Send me a recommendation. We'll look at it. We'll consider anything you ask us to do to help you and the kids be safe and you be safe. We want the staff to be safe too. So I'm going to sign off for now. I may be back again sometime. Maybe not. We'll see how this goes. If my ratings are good, I might show up again. If not, I'll just hunker down. Anyway, good luck to you. All right. Take care. Hang in there and let me hear from you.